Aloha, it's Dave Lawrence. How you doing? A big mahalo for tuning in. This is kind of cool. I'm having like a little reunion moment here with this cat that I've been privileged to get to work with a long time ago when he was just years old.
19, somewhere around there.
Comedian, actor, sound effects guru. You probably know him from Police Academy. It's Michael Winslow.
Spaceballs with Mel Brooks.
And I can't wait to hear a little bit about Brother Mel. He's Friday, December 28th, Hawaiian Bryans. Aloha.
Aloha. Welcome, everybody. We're Hawaii Public Radio. And for our Zen moment before we begin... Oh, that takes care of the Zen moment. Welcome.
It's like, this is the one guest, he couldn't do it without the headphones. You got to have headphones for
If you want to hear this, and anybody in the car, plug your stuff in. I know somebody's listening in the car and they're going, hey, whoa, what's this, dude?
Quadraphonic.
No problem.
Well, it's in the back and not
let's
the front.
test the speaker power of their vehicles with this little subwoofer. That's a little snoopification for some of y'all. Okay, thank you. Welcome to the show, everybody, and thanks for having me.
You know what's neat is you have a kind of, it's this whole bit, these genius sounds, there's a link sort of to Hawaii because we're a very military state. We've got a lot of military. When you were young, it was Air Force.
Oh, you mean... Couldn't you do that during a weekday, brother?
That's how it all got started, huh?
Exactly. My father was Air Force back in 19s, and it was just living on base to base. You end up making up your own friends because you don't make a lot, especially when the other kids are bigger than you.
Invisible friends.
Oh, sure.
They come in handy.
Oh, of course they do, until you do something stupid and you can't blame the invisible friend.
Right. Well, then they leave you alone, and then
That's a Jimmy Stewart movie. Harper, he learned that.
The big pink rabbit.
You feel rejected by them.
I do.
That was the bit, though, huh? So it's like you're playing. Did your parents? How did you discover it was a special thing? Did other people go, "Man, you do that good," or did you just embrace doing it?
Well, people's usual reaction is, "Ow!" That's the usual reaction, especially if you do fingernails on a chalkboard in school when she keeps replacing her boxes of chalk because she can't. Everybody makes noises. I just recommend everybody, go ahead. Go ahead, everybody. Please, go ahead. Make noises.
Find a noise you like.
See, unlike Mythbusters, where you'll get hurt trying that stuff, we can say, please try this at home.
What was the first thing after planes?
After planes? Oh, everything.
Was there a progression, or is it just like you just exploded into imitating everything you could possibly like?
Oh, yeah, you pretty much soak the stuff in as a kid. You pretty much absorb your environment. One of the things you do learn, though, is you don't do them in front of animals. They bite. They tend to want to taste what's making that sound like them.
Let's hear some animals. What are animals that we...
Well, never do a dog noise in front of a dog, especially if you don't know that dog.
What could happen? Greg, the promoter, jumped. Guy's making me jump.
I told you.
Jason jumped in the other room. He's got glass between us.
You see what I mean? This is what happens. So you got to learn to be cool.
Any other ones besides?
There's,
lions. Anything?
Oh yeah. What are you trying? Is this a Life of Pi reference that we got going on? I read that book. It's pretty good.
That's tiger. I guess they sound similar.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the tiger.
Nice kitty. Man, that ain't no kitty, man.
Were you doing
That's
this?
a tiger. That is a Bengal. That's a Cincinnati Bengal tiger, man.
It's a Siberian.
Yeah, Cincinnati Siberian tiger.
Were you doing this stuff? What got you that Gong Show? You were like, what year was that you ended up there? We'll stay away from years. I'm getting there myself with years.
Yeah,
it was with Chuck Barris. We'll say.
I was actually playing the Palomino Club in North Hollywood.
Wow.
The country western bar,
right?
The one that
a lot of different kinds of people.
Burt Reynolds used to shoot a lot of his fight scenes, and every time there was a movie, every time there was a fight in any of his Burt Reynolds movies, like Gator,
that's where it was,
or Hooper, or any of those movies, he would always stage a fight scene, and they would always use the Palomino Club. So you walk in this place. I'm gonna kill. Wow, chicken wire. Real Blues Brothers kind of place. Remember the big guy named Tiny? The big bouncer named Tiny. His name was Tiny. He'd go, "Get out!" And, wow, he's only 3'3". Remember Tiny?
Dude, You've been like through so many crazy.
It's been a few things, and you too, man. I mean, we both have some road doggy stories.
Yeah, you're not kidding. In between then and now, but seriously, what bit did you do with Chuck when you did his?
I don't even remember.
But it was the original show on TV.
30 points, and I got the trophy in the
$516.32.
Right. which I used to buy a car to live in. So technically, I was mobile homeless for a while.
You in the New York area? Living? You living there?
No, I'm down in Florida. I'm back and forth between New York and Florida a lot.
My buddy Leslie Gold, the radio chick who used to do afternoons there, she's doing the Gong Show live on stage. They're doing it.
Oh my gosh!
Made me think. I was like, wow.
Oh my gosh.
You'd blow that thing apart if you were in there making these noises.
I can't believe they're getting away with this.
She bought it.
She bought the whole thing. Huh?
Yeah, she was like a Chuck. Well,
that's cool.
She's hardcore Chuck. Yeah,
we know that's cool. You know, and they got Christmas Story on Broadway now. So.
Everybody's trying to do that,
and they're telling me the Christmas Story is pretty good. So there's going to be some. It'll be good variety of plays, not just your traditional. Oh, because I love you. No, it's yeah, maybe the Gong Show. It's going to be weird.
What was the first? Did you?
Daddy's gonna kill Ralphie! He's not gonna kill him. Would you like some milk? Yeah. Get back in your box.
I love that movie.
How did you get your first? What was your first to get you into the police academy thing? Was it the sounds? Did they have this idea they're gonna? I mean, what got you connected to them? And then
they actually came to me.
They knew they wanted that in there.
They were trying to figure out what the hell this guy was about. So they put me. I was opening for Count Basie and his orchestra.
Right, I saw that.
Which is a weird.
Incongruous.
To
the max.
So I decided, okay, jazz noises. I can do that for a night. So okay.
What do you do?
So I just did whatever I could, and they ended up writing me into the picture.
Amazing.
So I got lucky.
So it's from the Count Basie gig that got to the police academy.
One of the last shows he did, yeah.
Why did who booked something? That was a comedian. It was comedian and jazz, that's the angle?
They kind of figured, it's just a guy who makes a couple of noises. It's nothing
So it
major.
worked perfectly.
It did, because the Radio Shack sound system that they put in the showroom crashed. So luckily, my little Roland Cube 40 ended up helping, because I put the microphone in the piano for Count Basie, and they could hear him again.
Wow.
And that was like a big snafu. It was a realistic sound system. Very unrealistic. But it was a realistic sound
What a
system.
great story.
Yeah, it was great, and he ended up being so appreciative of it. And they said, "Wow, you really did change the outcome." And I said, "Not to worry." And he said, "You take care of this, young man," and they did.
Damn, cuz.
Yeah, man.
That's like some crazy thing to be doing that kind of opening gig.
Yeah.
That is like, when I was reading that, I was thinking like, what do you do? Did you do Purple Haze that night or?
I don't remember. I just remember freaking out and struggling, and then I realized, hey, I don't have it near as bad as the person with the sound system.
Right.
There wasn't one. So luckily for me, Roland Cube 40.
To the rescue.
Little orange amplifier. Remember those things?
Jason does. Our engineer. He's
They
nodding.
still got them. They're still around. The little cubes are still around, but that thing really used to be. I used to carry it with me everywhere.
What when you flashing back to some early stuff, the Hendrix thing, was that like, it's neat how music has some crossroads to your bit, I guess is what I'm saying.
It does, doesn't it? Well, let's ask Jimmy.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? So, a question about music, crossroad music. So,
I just wanted to hear you jam it, Jimmy.
Man, I love to do that too, you know. But it's just a loose jam. So, music is color, and color is energy, and energy is life, you know. So that's what's happening. So I gotta go.
Wow, that was fun.
And you opened. What was that other?
It was just here. The door opened, and there was Jimmy. I forgot.
The Wind Cries Mary. Nice.
Actually, it climbs more than just Mary. So that's what's happening.
He's gone again. Damn.
Was he
stick around for a while? Wish he could stick around a lot more.
Well, I mean, it's he's in and out like that. Channeling.
That's what a hamburger's all about, baby.
Are there other people you channel like that?
Sometimes.
Who else is there?
You're gonna. One of the warnings I'd gotten from some folks is to stay away from religion and politics. So I have to do that, even though it's so tempting, but I can't. But I do lots of other voices, even some of the ones that are in the news. But I have to do it in context.
Right. Yeah.
Like, they got the new kid on Saturday Night Live doing the president.
I like that one.
He's good.
That is very cool.
He's very good. Where I go for more of a brainier, esoteric sort of view. Mr. President? Yes. You had a question. Shut up, Bo. See what I mean? Sorry, he just likes to smell the butts of the Fox News reporters.
Oh, just the Fox.
That's a good dog. Not now. See what I mean? I go for more.
What makes you think of him?
Having a slightly strange sense of humor.
It's like all the time you come up with new bits.
Oh sure. And I try to tell everybody makes noises.
Any Hawaiian ones come up? Anything from Greg, the promoter, since you've been around him? He makes a few noises here and there.
Oh, he does make good noises, but he won't share them.
He's hiding his noises.
He hides his noises. But for me, it's got to be the surf, man. That's going through the pipeline.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
And don't forget... Wow!
Wipe out.
You see what I mean? I had him in the water, too.
It's like total.
Folks with the headphones are loving this.
It's a shame we couldn't be like panning it back. We could do Jimmy style. Remember Jimi Hendrix? They would pan it back.
Oh, that was great. Can you pan us back and forth? He can't. No.
He's
No, I can't pan back and forth. Stop asking for that kind of stuff, will you?
All right, sorry.
Damn, you do everything like
I guess
that.
the only thing worse would be having Hulk Hogan stuff Justin Bieber in his pants.
What would that sound like?
Bieber. I hate that single, all right? Don't sing it anymore.
But I really like that.
Just don't talk to my kids.
If I was your boyfriend.
That's it, Bieber, come here. Now what do you got to say? Oh, he's still talking.
I did that in Egypt.
And that worked?
They freaked.
In a good way.
No. No, actually, it was one of those short windows of free speech opportunity that I had in Egypt. Before things are what they are, what's going on now.
Kind of like a visa.
We have no idea what's going to happen, but we happened to go there. It was me and Angelo Sarukas. He played Hulk Hogan's voice, and I did Justin Bieber's voice. We did this on Egyptian radio. And we stuffed Justin Bieber in Hulk Hogan's pants, and all the 13-year-olds freaked. They got so angry. They started calling the station and twittering and tweeting, "He's killed Justin! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Tweet it!" They went nuts. I mean, the Twitter system almost crashed about how angry they were. And then we went back on. Don't you guys understand what I was doing? We're testing the limits of what is free speech. You understand that by complaining, you are exercising your right that you could very easily lose in a month or two? Hello? Do you understand that every time you pick up that Twitter phone and you call the station, you say, "I don't like him," or "I like him," or "I hate what he's done," you are guaranteeing your right to continue to have a democracy. Do you get this? Suddenly the Twitter thing went, "You know what? He's right, but I still hate him for killing Justin." and look what happened. A few months later, I said, "You guys keep your eye on this."
That was the cost.
That was, but they seem to be doing it. They seem to be using it. So people, the light went on. They got it. I mean, stand-up comedy for the first time in Egypt.
That's like a...
It's a first. I mean, suddenly, you can't take it away now.
Could be a costly gig, huh?
How can you take that away? How can you take away the right of free speech? How can you take away the right to do stand-up? Suddenly, after you've had it.
Yeah.
We should appreciate what we have in this country.
Yeah. Well,
Being able to talk to you on Hawaii Public Radio.
Mel Brooks, what was his...
Mel Brooks! Oh, Mel Brooks!
I would like to have taken him with me. That would have been fun.
Put him in Hulk Hogan stuff.
Now, that would be a completely different outcome on a different movie.
It would sound quite different.
Why didn't you tell me your butt was this big? Shut up, brother.
Did he have favorite bits of yours?
Favorites?
Is there any time you remember like him just being in awe of this ability to make any kind of sound happen?
He would get mad.
He would have
some of the stuff because we were on the set of Spaceballs and Rick Moranis was getting his DGA certification, his Director's Guild certification at the same time. So he was actually helping him direct. So I was sitting there watching the interaction between the two of them. And of course, you have your usual stuff going on where the studio says,
Listen, you're behind schedule. Can you put this and this?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't tell you to put that there. The camera goes there, but you didn't. Wait a minute. Winslow, come here.
"Yeah, run back what I told him." "Sure." Oh, shut up. That's it. That's it. Never ask him again. Never ask him again. That's what you get for asking me, man. So, I seem to cause problems in these countries.
I like it. It's very cool.
And in Austria and Germany, their favorite noise. Yes, it's a very good. I like this engine with the way it sounds this way.
Maserati.
Yes. No, it's got to be a Porsche.
Wait a minute. If it's not British,
It's not acceptable. And now, the Jaguar. Quite splendid, actually. You see what I mean?
yo, man, they ain't got no subwoofer in there, man.
It's like he's the ultimate party favor.
Exactly. But, that's the thing. Sound can educate. So I try to have folks understand that, these things that we have in our throats, it's a great communication tool. It's not just letters. Sound is language.
Right.
Like when you go to the auto parts, when you go to the auto repair place, when the lady takes her car in the auto repair place, and the guy says,
Well, ma'am, what you say is wrong with the car? What it doing?
I swear to God, it just made this noise. I just pulled it in and stop laughing at me. Oh my God. It just made this weird noise when I turned the air conditioning.
Well, that's your left nostril inhaler circuit.
It's like self-contained, man.
I can fix it for you.
Put a lot of people out of work with those skills.
exactly. But you still got to make the noise of what the car was doing.
Right.
Right? You've done it, and you've done it. Okay? Wait, what about the engineering? He's done it. Yes, he's like, and who's he talking to? Come over here. You've had to do it too, right? You've had to go to the auto store and say, look,
The car's doing this noise, dude.
Yeah, what's it doing, man? What's it doing, man? Hey, I'm Chris Tucker, man. I need a job, man.
no, it's doing that. And then,
I know what that is, man.
Will you just hear?
see, he admitted that he made noises too.
Will you just hear a sound and say to yourself like you'll hear it and immediately try to imitate it, or?
Well, I try to have a material use for it. See, each sound is a unit of material quality and value, and I got to have a place to put it
In a bit,
first.
right.
See, why kill yourself to do something if you don't have a place to put the
I
thing?
get it. Starts with context, then you figure out a way to
Sure,
stick it
sure.
in
Even
there.
if you have a sixth sense of humor, you still got context.
Do you got to practice them?
Sometimes the stuff happens to you anyway. I was in the store one weekend. My wife and I are in the store, and I gave her the cell phone because the battery's dead on hers, and I go to do some other things. And Cosby calls the cell phone. And, of course, she hangs up on him twice. Because she thought it was our friend Spike from Bleach from Cartoon Network playing games with us, Adult Swim. So he goes, no, that's not funny. It's not funny, Spike. I don't have time. He called back twice, and she hung up on again. Finally, don't hang up, Jello pudding. Uh-oh. And the heart rate.
That's the code word, huh?
It is him. So she gives me the phone. Good, you can talk to him. Tell him sorry. I thought it was Spike. I was sorry for friend Spike. Hello? You interrupted my flow. Excuse me, Mr. Cosby. I do what? You interrupted my flow. That commercial you did was so stupid. I forgot what I was working on. What do you want me to do? Man, take these noises and tell classic stories with them. Oh, he's right. You can tell classic jokes and stories. You can make them whole new stories just by putting noises in it. Yeah, he's right. That's why it's Dr. Cosby. So it really does work. So I've been doing that. I've been taking old stories, classic stories, and putting noises to them.
Right.
And they're whole new things. That's why we have a kids TV program coming out now next year.
And you.
And he financed it. So
what's the and the other? Give a little plug to that.
oh, here's an example. I'll give you an example of an old story. Okay. I'm going to need your help, both of your voices, if you can help me with this.
We're gonna try.
Can the two of you go? Okay, pirate joke. Here we go. Ready? A pirate walks into a bar. Mighty, I'm the Porksin Fiddler. Matey, I just had a treasure, and I'm rich. Time to have a drink for all the pirates in the bar.
Bartender goes, hey, ahoy, pirate. come over here. I've got a question to ask you.
All right, matey, I'll be right over. I'll be walking. Me peg leg talking to me. Me peg leg. What's your question?
Why do you have a steering wheel attached to your pants?
It drives me nuts.
That's an old joke.
Working it into some new stuff.
Or I got to go back to Red Fox.
Look here, big dummy. Look here, Lamar.
You ever meet him?
Oh yeah, I knew Red Fox.
I used to watch him at the Hacienda Hotel in Vegas.
He's the man.
At 2:00 in the morning, every Friday, Saturday night, he would have a special show, dirty, completely dirty, and he could stand there and look funny.
He's the man.
And when he would pick on Esther,
Look here, Esther, you so ugly. Look here, she's so ugly. I take your face, put in this bowl of batter, make gorilla cookies.
but that was the old stuff, man.
You do it really, really
And
good.
and that had a big effect on me, from the Flip Wilson show to Lily Tomlin and Carol Burnett, the Carol Burnett show, and Tim Conway, all that stuff. You know, it was funny, but it had sound.
yeah.
And
I get what you mean.
Timing.
Right.
I mean, sometimes Carol couldn't even look at Tim Conway because he was a sick puppy. He would change his uniform. He would do stuff to us. The minute you saw him, you couldn't help but start laughing at him. He couldn't see what he was going to do before. He would never let anybody see what his costume was or what he was going to do before he did it. And it just threw everybody under the bus.
It's a visual stuff too.
Oh,
You
gosh,
picked
yes.
up out of that too.
Oh, sure. Oh,
Totally.
Sure.
I can
learned
see that. I can see where you would pick up, because they did have like these sound gags and
they were
stuff.
really funny.
Very creative.
But his hair would always be messed up, and the uniforms were always stupid. And when he'd play the old guy, he would shuffle with his feet like a half an inch.
Yeah,
for
he's
each
good
foot.
at the theater.
Come on. And that's where I learned it's timing. Like when you're playing tennis. Out!
15 love.
And now we're going to see the next play with Venus Williams and John McEnroe.
You gotta get it, Venus.
Next is Williams.
Will you hurry up?
You gonna un me? All right.
It's one big show. Friday, December 28th. Hawaiian Brian's, Michael Winslow. Hey, next time you're back through, promise you'll come by again and have some fun with us.
And thank you, man. And you did some good noises today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did. You did make some noises. Anybody else want to make some sounds? Just call Hawaii Public Radio. Go to the reception when she calls.
Good morning, Hawaii Public Radio.
And go.
Squishy, squishy, squishy.
Do the golem noise. She'll love it.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, man. Mahalo.
Nice.